So I've been getting the question a lot on whether or not I'm going to have enough gems to get through the full 900 gems after the Escanor Festival has just ended. Obviously, Escanor was a pretty must-have kind of character, so a lot of people went all the way to the guaranteed, or at least a full rotation. Maybe you're completely out of gems at the moment, and you want to know, hey, am I going to be able to get enough during this event to be able to guarantee myself a copy of Meliodas? And so today we're going to kind of try to do the math a little bit. If you have any, if I miss out on anything or anything like that, make sure that you leave a comment down below to let people know, like, hey, you could get this or you could get that. Obviously there's a couple of variables and stuff like that we're going to try not to add, just because I want to try to make sure that we're as guaranteed as possible. But yeah, we're going to try to play it safe if possible. So this is assuming that you have absolute 0 gems. Obviously, some of you guys are going to already have some gems on your account. Some of you might be at absolute 0, but we're just going to be assuming we're at the very baseline, like, will you be able to get 900 gems in the full, time limit? So the first thing to note is that this is not a full chapter of the story. This is the second half of the chapter that we were already on, so we will not be getting 30 gems from that, which is unfortunate. A lot of these are just paid packs and bundles, which is something that we don't really have to worry about. This is a variable that I'm not going to be adding as well. Basically, for the first 7 days after New Year's starts, you're going to be able to roll and basically test your luck, and you can pull one of the 3 rewards here. But because the 2 lowest ones are, like, they have a variable of not, you might not get diamonds. You could possibly get an SA coin if you roll the lowest, or you might be able to get gold instead of the gems on the middle one. And I'm just going to assume everybody's the unluckiest person in the world, and you're not going to pull the highest one. So I'm not going to add any of these, but, obviously, if you do pull some extra diamonds out of these, that's just additional stuff that you'll have to help work towards your 900 goal. This is the first guaranteed gems. This is the 300 diamond login event that we're going to be getting. Obviously, you do have to log in every single day for 28 days to be able to get all of these, so make sure that you're logging in during the festival. This is another guaranteed 10 gems. Basically, after you finish all of your special missions to get your Meliodas tickets, this is a free multi's worth. You get 10 gems for completing them all, so we're going to add an extra 10 gems there. Going down, there is an event boss going to be going on as well. So once you complete it 20 times, there is a guaranteed 5 gems that you get here, which isn't a whole lot, but, every little bit helps. And then after we scroll down some more, I'm pretty sure this is one of the last guaranteed gem rewards, which is the Fort Solgris dungeon event that's going to be going on. But for the first 2 weeks of the event, the Fort Solgris dungeon is going to have the 1 stamina stage, where you basically just get guaranteed rewards, and one of the guaranteed rewards is 1 diamond. So we're going to add 14 gems for 2 weeks worth of that, so make sure that you're doing that each day. There's a payback event, there's a cosmetic sale, so none of that is going to attribute to gems. There is this new lottery system, which a lot of global players are concerned is going to get botted and get ruined, like it does every single time they do one of these, so I'm not going to add anything from this, even though, maybe you do get lucky and you pull some extra gems out of this. But honestly, for global, the player base is so much bigger, and we only have a limited amount of rewards that we get for whatever reason. So, they have limited it to where you have to be at least player rank 20 to participate in this. But even then, I assume, it's not very hard to grind player rank. People are probably still going to be able to make accounts and stuff like that just to try to roll for this. So the odds of you getting everything, or like getting anything good out of this, is probably pretty low on its own. And I'm just not going to add it because it's just a massive variable. So don't worry about any of that. If you do get anything, just obviously chalk that up to extra gems that you're going to have for your stuff, but not everybody's going to have it, so I'm not going to add it. There is 10 gems that you can get if you buy all or use all 4 of the lucky bags, or actually it's all 6 of the lucky bags, but unfortunately one of them I think is locked behind paid bundles. Like you have to buy the lucky bag ticket, so we're not going to add that either. If you do get lucky and you pull the 5%, you can get 25 gems there, but if you do buy the paid bundle and you get all 6 of them, you get a guaranteed 10 gems, but obviously we're trying to go as free to play as possible, so we're not going to add that. There is battle events during each week of the game. We're just going to assume that we're only going to get 1 battle event per week, but normally, sometimes they'll add 2 battle events, which is, 4 gems for that week. Obviously, this isn't a whole lot, but that's a guaranteed at least 8 gems for 1 battle event each day, or each week of the collab, or I guess collab, it's the festival. Sorry, super flustered, I guess, at the moment. So that's basically all of the stuff that we're going to be getting at the moment. Obviously, part 2 of the festival is probably going to add some new rewards and stuff like that as well. Unfortunately, the big thing is a lot of people are assuming we might end up getting Final Boss Ludociel at some point, but because final bosses normally take 2 weeks and then they have to calculate the rewards and everything, we normally get the rewards after the update has sort of ended for like a couple of days. So I would assume you're probably not going to be getting any gems out of that in time to be able to use them for melee. The only other things that I can think of are you do get around 4 gems per day for your dailies. And, you know, obviously if you're doing it for 28 days, we have 337 at the moment. So if we're doing 337 and then 28 days of this, that was times, sorry, 4 times 8, no, I'm bad at math. 4 times 28 is this plus 337. So that's plus your dailies, which is 449. If you're at champ 5, so the lowest champ you can be, it's not too hard to get to champ most of the time, especially if you just pulled for Escanor and everything and you're powering him up. I would imagine more than likely you're going to be able to get past a lot of the bots and stuff and at least guarantee yourself champ 5. If you're a newer player, this might not apply to you as much. But I'm assuming that you're, you know, this is just baseline, hey, I don't want to play any extra PvP for the week. I'm not grinding up to Champ 1 to get the additional 10 gems. So we do get our weekly PvP rewards right before the update goes live. And then we'll get 4 weeks of gems during the time of the banner being live. So that's 5 weeks of actual PvP rewards. So that would be 250 gems that you would get just from your day, your weekly PvP, if you're just absolute stagnant, sitting at Champ 5 each week, making sure that you log in to obviously grab the gems. That's at 699, which is at 700, and obviously, or honestly, that's probably where a lot of people are going to sit. There are a couple of small variables, I guess, here and there. Like if you know, this, I think 699 is probably where a lot of people are going to be at. So if you by chance haven't used any of your Griamore compensation, we did get 100 gems for Griamore, so that would put you at 799. Maybe you already had gems on your account, you know, whatever the case may be there. I don't know. It's just going to be, it's going to be cutting it pretty close, but hopefully you've been able to save at least a little bit of your gems and stuff like that. If you are by chance pushing all the way up to Champ 1 each week, that's an additional 50 gems that you're going to get because it's an additional 10 gems each week. So say you're at Champ 1 this week and you're able to get Champ 1 all 4 weeks of the actual event, that would put you an additional 50 gems in, which would get you to 849. Obviously you can max out some of your equipment gear. If you 5-star a piece of SSR gear, it gives you 1 gem for that, so maybe you could grind out some gems that way. Or, you know, maybe there are a couple of extra, you know, battle events here and there that you can get some, you know, 2 gems here or there. I think the dailies that I added are a little bit variable. Like I think some days of the week have more gems than others, so I don't know, maybe I was either overshooting that or a little bit of undershooting that. I'm not completely positive on that one, but you'd basically be, like, best case scenario, if you're going for Champ 1 each week and you already had your Griamore gems, you would be really close to the 900 mark, so you might be able to just grind out a little bit of stuff here and there. Maybe you have some story that you can do. You know, there's a couple of things that might be able to help you out, but you're not going to be able to get a guaranteed 900 gems during the festival unless you really work and grind, you know, equipment or whatever the case may be there. Maybe you're also, if you're unaware, you can do Fort Solgris ads every day. You can roll 3 roulette ads each day for Fort Solgris if you've done at least 9 runs in Solgris. So you can sometimes roll a gem out of that. I would recommend that you do that if you play on the phone. Obviously the PC doesn't have ads or anything like that, but I don't know. There's a couple of gems that you can get here and there, but it's going to be cutting it pretty close if you're at absolute 0. So I don't know. Hopefully this helped. Like I said in the beginning, if there's any gems that you maybe have missed or that I have missed and you want to add those down in the comments or something like that, let people know that, you know, this is a way you could get this. There's obviously some different in-game rewards and stuff that you could possibly do. through the challenge tasks. You can actually you can max these out sometimes. Maybe there's some, you know, different missions that you could get some gems from. I know one of the big ones is to do the different demons like solo. Like I haven't won against Belmoth Extreme by myself yet, or, you know, some of the easier ones. Maybe there's some stages that you haven't gone around and, you know, did for the first time. I would imagine most of you probably have, though. I don't know. There's just, you know, there's gems to be gotten, but you know, it's gonna be cutting it pretty close. So let me know what your guys' thoughts and opinions are. I don't know if you guys are super hyped about Melee or not, but yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting to see how this festival sort of shakes out, and hopefully you guys can get your gems for the guaranteed rotation. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next one.